2, 1.
I was about 7 years old when my dad and I moved to Colorado for my dad's job. It took a lot of persuading for my mom to let my dad take me. The condition was that my dad had to fly me back to Utah every holiday or long weekend, really just any time I didn't have school. So I was basically an expert flyer by age 9. So it was the day I was leaving for my new home in Denver. I looked into my mother's beautiful brown eyes for what felt like forever. I went in to give my mother, who is as beautiful as the leaves that had fallen that morning beneath the crisp fall air, an enormous hug. As I did this, I felt the warmth of my dear mother's embrace. It was just like on a cold, snowy winter day when you take a nice big gulp of hot cocoa, and as you feel it warm your insides, it's almost as if it warms your heart. I could hear my mother start to cry, and slowly I could feel the tears from my mother's hurting heart on my back. They were like the morning dew on a rose petal. It wasn't a hard rainstorm, just soft little drops on my body. But in each one I could feel the hurting inside my mother's aching heart. As me and my mother stood there weeping, I could feel my older brother squishing me like the meat between a sandwich. "Gonna miss you, boo-boo," my mom said to me as she was crying. "Gonna miss you more, mama," I told her in response. "Gonna miss you too, sis," my brother admitted. "I can't believe you're really leaving." "I'm gonna miss you too, Caden," I whispered to my brother through my tears. As I said these words to my brother, a chill ran through every single inch of my body as I realized for the first time that I wasn't going to grow up with a big brother by my side, so I started bawling even more than before. I often fought with my brother as siblings do. Even though we would fight, I still loved him, and being 3 years younger than my older brother, he was always there to protect me from everything. "I love you, boo-boo. Never forget that," my mother had told me through her tears as she squeezed me tighter, as if to deflate my entire body. "I won't, Mama, I promise. I love you more," I told my mom as I wept. "I love you too, Caden," I said to my brother. As I said these heartfelt words to my mother and brother, my face was flooded with tears. It was like a pipe that had burst, and that pipe was my heart. "I love you more, sis," my brother said to me, tears streaming down his face like mountain streams the first sunrise after a harsh and stormy winter. So then I finally left, but as me and my dad were driving our moving truck to my new home, I was scared. I was a little girl going to a new scary place with no one besides my dad by my side. I was terrified of this new place. I knew it was going to be hard to leave my family behind, but I did not think it was going to be this hard. Years passed, and now I am no longer a scared little girl. I am now a strong and independent young woman. As I think back on this moment in my young life, it was at that moment I had my face buried into my sobbing mother that I had realized I would no longer be protected from the big world full of mean people and bad things. This was an important event that happened to me because it was pretty much shaped me to be who I am today. This was a major moment in my upbringing because without it, I would have never learned to fend for myself.